Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, incredibly excited because I've received these, one enormous package and one rather smaller package from Arete Press, which are the fancy editions of Case of Death and Honey, a Sherlock Holmes story I wrote that's been illustrated, and I don't know which one to open first. I'm going to open the smaller one, I think, because I think the smaller one is going to be impressive enough, but I suspect that anything is going to be a disappointment after the huge one. So let's start with this. I haven't opened these, I haven't seen one of these, I don't really know what it's going to look like. Very safely packed, and then a little box. So this box contains, okay, this is box set. With two boxes in it, one of which is two books in it. The Adventure of the Creeping Man by Arthur Conan Doyle, and The Case of Death and Honey by me. And what's lovely, oh my gosh, so you've got these white and gold and red covers. The Creeping Man is kind of a setup to my story, or my story riffs off it. This is gorgeous, copy number 3 of 70. This edition of 570 copies of The Adventures of the Creeping Man, letterpressed in 2 colors, and they're signed by the artist, Gary Gianni, who is brilliant. That beautiful red printing. There's a beautiful illustration. And so Gary gets to do his gorgeous edition, The Creeping Man, and it is something that all Holmes people would want, designed by the brilliant Marcello Anciano. And then this one here, which also comes in the same box, is Case of Death and Honey, which is my story. And there we have some bees and a queen. Again, 3 of 70. Beautiful color frontispiece, which could have been done in Victorian times. Gary is so brilliant. This wonderful red and black, bees on every page, and an illustration with every page. We have 2 different typefaces for the story to tell you which bit of the story you're in. The Chinese stuff is in here, and then the more Sherlocky bits are in here, and there's Mycroft Holmes on his deathbed. It is a thing of absolute beauty. What an incredible edition. Okay, so that is gorgeous, and now I get to find out what's in here. And I genuinely do not know. I do know I only got one of these, so I think they must be incredibly limited. And once again, open the brown paper, beautifully wrapped. Okay, so this is amazing. This is red leather, white leather, and actual gold. This is the thing where they've actually applied gold leaf to the bees. And to the side of the case, this is oh my god, this is gorgeous. Okay, it's a box. Open it up and what's in the box? Wow. Okay, well what you have is the Case of Death and Honey done in leather as, oh well, that just fell off, and underneath it is another illustration. Looks like an original. Looks like there's actually an original Gary illustration under there. I would normally stop and look at it for 10 minutes. Okay, so each of these pages is on beautiful handmade paper. This is copy NG. I've signed it, and then Gary has gone in and signed it too, and he's drawn me a bee. And it's just like the most precious thing in the world, that hand-tipped in color plate. This is the kind of bookmaking, when I was young, I would go to the British Museum, and in the British Museum sometimes I would look at these amazing precious books that I couldn't afford, barely dreamed existed, and this is as beautiful as any of them. It's astounding. Okay, so it's huge, it's gorgeous, it has original illustration with a secret plate to keep it safe. On the inside we have Sherlock, and then we have a portfolio of prints. Okay, and it is, you open it up and there are prints by Gary, all of his amazing, these illustrations. There's a set of prints that you could frame or just adore. So beautiful. And keep going, I can't stop. That's the portfolio of prints. And then an introduction of sorts by me, which I wrote and printed on this beautiful handmade paper. And it's a 3-page thing where I get to talk about being 10 and walking from Lancing to Ardingly, and where I wrote it and what happened and who I wrote it for. And then down here you also get an adventure of the Creeping Man. So you have one of these that comes to you in this box as well, so you do not miss out on anything. And then look, little hand and a beak. Come in with this. I don't know if this is possible. You just get a beautiful white skeleton hand on the black leather with the drip of golden honey at the end. And this goes in here, and that goes in there, and this goes in here, and that, this amazing, unbelievable object goes in there. And that's an unboxing. That is an unboxing of beauty. I have no idea where I'm going to store this. I feel like I need a safe and guard dogs to look after it properly, but of course, what I'll do instead is find a shelf.